The Toronto Raptors have figured out this 76ers offense, and if Philadelphia don't make any changes, the Raptors are actually going to win this series. Let's get into it.
Game Series Canada, the NBA title is yours.
What's going on, everybody? It's Jacob here, back with AmateurHour Sports, back in my normal studio for another Toronto Raptors YouTube video. If you want the greatest coverage and analysis on the latest Toronto Raptors news, then you need to be subscribed to AmateurHour Sports. And once again, this video is powered by Betstamp. The Betstamp app offers the best in sports bet tracking and odds finding. Betstamp is not about making money. Betstamp wants to help you make money by maximizing the value of all of your sports wagers by automatically searching which of your favorite sportsbooks is offering the best value for that wager you want to place. Use the link in the description to download the Betstamp app and use code RAPS on sign up to let them know that I sent you there. But our video today, Game 5, the Toronto Raptors have won back-to-back games, and this series is on. We said before this series that this was really a nightmare playoff matchup for the 76ers, and the first 3 games didn't really showcase that, although the Raptors did kind of play well in Game 3. At least Games 1 and 2 did not showcase that, but as the Raptors have gotten healthier, they've gotten most of their players back. Fred VanVleet wasn't available for that Game 5, but the Raptors have absolutely dominated the last 2 games, and maybe the scorelines don't flat out showcase it, even though they are 2 generally convincing wins in games 4 and 5. The Raptors dictated the pace of play, dictated what was going on in the entirety of games 4 and 5, because the Raptors have figured out Philadelphia. A big problem from games 1, 2, and 3 from the Raptors is that they are over-helping on James Harden. The reality of what's going on right now is James Harden is no longer that superstar MVP type player. Granted, he's still an all-star level player. He's still a star for this 76ers team. But there's no point of forcing so many defenders to play against James Harden. There's no point of doubling James Harden because he's struggling to score past one player right now. And yes, he's still going to put up some points, but he wasn't very good in Game 5. In fact, he's not really been that good in any game in this series. So the Raptors, once they decided not to worry about him as much, put more of their focus on the other players in the team, like Maxey and Harris, who have been so good in this series, and put even a little bit more focus on Joel Embiid, everything has changed. The Raptors are still obviously going to put a lot of focus on Joel Embiid, and it's working right now. Joel Embiid was gassed yesterday, absolutely gassed. The Raptors are finally making him work on defense. It's not easy for him. And I think a lot of what's going on is Raptors aren't scared of Joel Embiid as a defender anymore. Siakam and Achua, for that matter, were going right at him one-on-one every single possession they could in the third quarter because Joel Embiid had to play so many minutes, he was way too tired to produce anything. In the first quarter, he had 10 points and 5 free throws. For the rest of the game combined, he had 10 points and 1 free throw, so he wasn't forcing the hand of the Raptors really at all. And Achua, who earlier in the season could barely make a layup, didn't miss a 2-pointer yesterday, going right at Joel Embiid's throat every time he had the opportunity to do so, especially in the third quarter, where we really made the big man work and really tired him out. But here's what is going on defense. So obviously focusing on Joel Embiid still, we got to double Joel Embiid, especially in the post. And what I'm noticing right now is that if Joel Embiid has a one-on-one look right at the rim, we're pretty happy just to let him score and not worry about fouling him, not worry about getting into foul trouble. And that was key for the Raptors in Game 5 to not get into any sort of foul trouble whatsoever. That stuff is bound to happen. But if you can eliminate that, which we did on a lot of occasions, we are going to do that. We're doubling Joel Embiid at the right times when he's backing down in the post. So he's got to get that pass out. As soon as he looks like he's about to make that pass, we close out on that shooter because inevitably there's going to be somebody open as a result of doubling Embiid. And right now we are doing just a sensational job of picking up the pieces in our rotation, switching on everything, going out to contest shooters. I'm really sorry to say the Raptors defense has looked miles better when Fred VanVleet is not playing. I'm not trying to knock Fred VanVleet, but he's not been the same player in this series as he was earlier on in the regular season. The fact of the matter is he's just not healthy. He's just not able to have that quick first step to guard the likes of Tyrese Maxey. It is what it is. When the Raptors have the ability to consistently switch and close out on shooters, they have been dangerous. When they've been using the full forward lineups, which they had to yesterday because not a single point guard played for the team, that has been a problem for the 76ers. They haven't been able to get as many shots off, as many clean looks from the outside. They're going to still score, but they have to work a lot harder for all of their points rather than just simply going on the inside getting buckets. Embiid can do that, but Other players in the team are not able to do that anymore. One big thing was that Matisse Thybulle was just absolutely horrendous in this game. I mean, I hope I hope the Canadian government makes an exception to have him play in Game 6, because what Philly have done in this series is just play so many offensive weapons outside for Joel Embiid, because the double's going to come. There's a player that's going to be open. You want that player to be able to make their shots. But when Matisse Thybulle's on the court, the Raptors are completely content to just allow him to shoot. Yesterday, he went 1 for 6 from the field, and the only one he made was because Precious Achiuwa actually put it in his own basket. So other than that, Matisse Thybulle did not make a shot. And defensively, I mean, I don't know where 76ers fans get the audacity to talk about this guy's defense. Like, this guy is literally just taller Malachi Flynn. Like sure, he's a good defender, but what he does offensively, his defense isn't good enough to make up for that. And he was a problem for the Sixers in this game. He actually got cheered off the court. Like, when he got subbed out, the Sixers fans actually cheered them. So that was pretty interesting to see. But defensively, the Raptors, with this long lineup, aren't allowing the open looks. They're really doing a good job of helping when that initial player gets beat on the outside, because the Sixers players have to pump fake and get on the inside. The help defense is there. We're rotating extremely well. We have really figured this team out. If the Sixers don't make adjustments, which they're a good enough team in order to do so, they are going to lose Game 6. They need to figure out how to adjust their offense to combat what the Raps have been throwing at them. And this is exciting. I mean, forgive me for saying that this series was done at 3-0. Like surely I can be forgiven for that. And the Raptors may still go on to lose this series. But the momentum and the way we played Games 4 and 5, like, Philly genuinely did not have an answer for what the Raptors threw at them. If we can continue to play this defense, and honestly, it really isn't going to be difficult to play this level of defense again. Like, there is no difficulty, extreme difficulty that is, in what we're doing defensively. Like, we're able to replicate this. If we do that in Game 6, Raptors, like, they're going to win Game 6. It's astonishing to see only 14 teams in NBA history now, because the Raptors have done it, have ever forced a Game 6 after going down 3-0. Only 3 teams have forced a Game 7. None of them have ever won the series. So, forgive me for being pessimistic down 3-0, but this Raptors team are healthy, mostly, and are showing that they are the real deal here. You can talk about Joel Embiid's thumb injury all you want, but the reality is, like, he's settling for a lot of bad looks because the Raptors defense is making it difficult for him. On defense, he is getting gassed out there because the 76ers cannot take him off the floor. Like, it is a very exciting time right now for Raptors fans. Philly fans are going to be scared to death right now. Raptors, I've been saying they're playing with no pressure. Go out there, get a win. Philly are the ones playing with pressure at the moment. But now that we're in this Game 6, like, this series is on, there's going to be pressure on both teams. The Raptors are still going to have to produce a high level of efficiency on defense, but they are going to have to also produce offensively, which they have been doing consistently in this series with a lot of different sources. Like, even in the games where we were getting blown out, the offense looked pretty good, especially the half-court offense when we had to slow things down. It's looked pretty good, and it's looked even better with full forward lineups. The 76ers are daring us to shoot three-pointers, and even though we're not hitting that many of them, we're still able to get looks on the inside because of the sheer amount of size that this team possesses. This is what is going so well for the Raptors at the moment. They have made the adjustments necessary for this series, whereas the Sixers, I mean, granted, they're up 3-0. The Sixers have not yet made those adjustments. And we're at the point in this series where both coaches have basically played their hand, and you have to find the game plan that is going to win you those games. Right now, Nick Nurse is coming up with those game plans. Sure, Joel Embiid's thumb injury is going to affect the way he plays a little bit, but the Raptors are still giving him nothing. Like, I really don't think, even with a healthy thumb here, I just don't think he's doing much better than he is currently doing, especially from the defensive end. A lot of Raptors fans, like maybe including myself here, we thought we were going to get swept. I mean, I said after Game 3, just pray that this team doesn't get swept, pray they get one game here, but things have changed. I'm really starting to believe in this team. I am very much starting to believe in this team. They are dictating the series at the moment. They're dictating the way the games are being played. And, you know, if they had never lost a home game, like if every home team had won their games, we'd be going into Game 6 in the exact same situation. The Raptors, the ball is in their court, literally and figuratively. They get Game 6, anything can happen in that Game 7. But we are going to take it one game at a time still. Go and win that Game 6. You're at home. You have the crowd behind you. You've been playing extremely well. Go and get it done. We're going to say at this point, Raptors fans, down 3-0, we're pretty content that we were able to get this series to 6. If the Raptors go out in 6, you know, Sure, we're going to be happy with the way this series went at the end of the day. But I'll be happy with my moral victory, a couple months from now. At this moment, I smell blood. The Raptors can seriously win this series. And it's all going to come down to what we can do in Game 6. If you don't win Game 6, there isn't going to be that Game 7 to worry about. So I smell blood here. The Raptors seriously can go and win this Game 6. I'm going to be disappointed if they don't. I'll worry about the moral victory later. I want real victories right now. The 76ers are scared. The Raptors are ready to fight. This is a team of fighters. I'm so happy to be a fan of this team because they care so much about playing for the team, playing for the fans, playing for everybody. And you can really sense that vibe that the players are giving because they're giving everything out there on the court. Philadelphia right now are not reciprocating that mindset. Let's go Raptors. 2 days off. Let's get this Game 6. What do you make of Games 4 and 5? Do you think the Raptors can win this series? Let me know your thoughts and opinions, and we can start the discussion in the comments down below, because that is it for me for today. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you're still here watching, you clearly enjoyed the video, so that deserves a like. Let's get to 200 likes on this video, and make sure for the greatest coverage and analysis on the latest Toronto Raptors news that you are subscribed to Amateur Hour Sports. On our road to 9,000 subscribers, make sure to sign up to Betstamp with code RAPS. They'll search all of your favorite sports books to tell you which book is offering the best price for your wager. Stop wasting money, stop not maximizing your profit, and use the Betstamp app. Link is in the description, and I'll see you again next time for another video.